Alright, what's up, people? I hope all is well with you. Today we're going to do some WPA supplicant. But before we do anything, we have to get packages for WPA supplicant. Dependencies. Okay? And I'm CH rooted into my LFS from Slackware. You can do that too if you want to, or if not, however you want to do it. But if you need to CH root, check out my other tutorials on how to do that. But I'm just going to begin, and I'm going to go to a little thing I made to kind of details. It's a little text document I made so I can figure out what to do. Okay? So, this is the case. We already have all that, so I'm going to skip down a little bit. Let me make this a little bigger. Get the whole picture. Okay? Now, I have to get WPA supplicant, but it takes a crap load of dependencies, and that's no lie. Okay? It takes libnl, OpenSSL. We have to get OpenSSL, the patch. Okay, we have to get certificates. We have to get wget, which, and curl. You actually don't need wget and curl, which is a good little utility to have around. Okay, but we don't have to get that. I'm going to get that because I intend to get that later on. I might as well get it now, and because I have the certificates. We'll talk about what the certificates are. If nobody knows, we can read about that. But since I have the certificates and they're open, I would like to be able to maximize or optimize my time there and just install wget and curl while it's there. And they're not big packages, and they're useful utilities to have around. Okay, PCI utils that contains Lisp PCI, which is another good utility to have around. You can check out your PCI card, your drivers, and everything else that's using that. So that's better. That's a good thing. And this is all better understood in a tree. Okay, this is a little tree I made here. There's a couple things missing, but this is basically it. These are kind of like in descending order of what to get. Okay. Also too, and then we have to get our package WPA supplicant, which we might have gotten. I think we did get in one of our other tutorials in the very beginning. But we get that, put it all together. Now, I did a little research on this, and Network Manager, not every, but many Linux systems have network managers, and they take care of all the networking for you, connecting to certain access points, blah blah blah. Some people have YCD, that's WICD. Some people use that. Network Manager, since I had WPA supplicant and I downloaded it, I had an option to configure it for Network Manager for later on. I was considering it. Okay. Network Manager though is a little intrusive in the fact that I like to connect to two different. I like to use both devices. I like to use my Etho and I like to use my YLNO on some things. Okay, and it's very easy to do. Just plug in the wire and do that. But Network Manager sometimes will not let you connect to two different access points at one time. Okay, it limits you and everything else like that. So with that in mind, it's a little pain in the butt. But it's a good thing to have around for automated connecting and everything else like that. But when you look at the dependencies of this, and I put a double here for a reason. If you look at these dependencies, it's just crazy. There's like 17 dependencies here. You have to install Python, libxml, dbus, font config, sudo I have, util macros, xorg protocols. It just goes on and on and on and on. and it's kind of incredible. I just stopped at 15. I stopped and I said, "This is just an onion. There's so much stuff going on." I made a little tree here. This is all the supposed to haves. You know, this is all the requirements right here, right? But then under here is the recommends for a network manager. So it's even more. This is hell just for a network manager. Look at all this stuff here. Granted, you can use some of this stuff for other purposes, but this is just incredible. Incredible. I mean, Python we can use again. dbus might be able to use. glib, yeah, you know, you can use that. But just to get your network going, I don't think it's imperative to do all this. It's just crazy, crazy. And I do believe that I'm going to go ahead and just install YCD because it had not nearly as much as far as dependency goes. It had Python, maybe a few dependencies, but man, there's 17 plus. I'm gonna say there's 20 some dependencies here. You would pull your hair out installing all this. But don't let me deter you. If you want it, go get it. But that's not what we're gonna do. It's important to talk about that too, because our WPA supplicant needs to be configured for that if we're going to do that at some point in time. Alright? I have no intention on doing that. No intention on doing that. If it comes to that, I just make my own little script where I auto connect. Okay? I make my own network manager, and it'll be a lot slimmer than all these libraries. It's terrible. Very incredible. Okay. Enough about me. Let's go get some stuff. First thing we have to do is we have to get libnl. So let me take and clear. Let me take and shrink this back up. And I'm going to pull up links real quick. I'm going to say links. First, it'd be a good idea to get a directory going to where you want to install or where you want to store your stuff. So let me say, make a directory, call it out. No, let me not say out. I'll just call it now. Okay? cd into now. No, it's not. That's not how you say make dir. cd into now. And from in here, I'm going to jump back out. That way anything I download will be in this directory. I want to jump back up to my book, BLFS, index. Okay? And let's hunt for libnl. There it is. Okay? And we can go big on this. Probably screw up and pull up the other thing behind it. Sure enough did. That's okay. libnl. Packages information, blah blah blah. Let's get that package. Okay. And I want to download it. Save to disk. That's the name, and that's it. Any patches? No patches required. Okay. Good deal. Next, let's say I need to get OpenSSL. OpenSSL. And I need, this is the package. Download it. Took me a little time to come up with the order to get these things and what's the best order. You don't have to follow it exactly to the T or anything, but it's the way I've done it, and I did a couple dry runs, so I'm okay. And it's kind of maximized for time there to do it that way, because I have to stop in the middle of some things and go get something else because I don't have a dependency for that, you know. So I did a little brain work there. This patch here. This is a problem. When we hit this here, we're going to get 404 not found. Okay. So we can get around this if we say Control A escape. That's going to put us in copy mode. Actually, we don't really need to be in copy mode. we just use our brains here. Control C, create a new window. I'm just going to say links. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to my open source OSU labs and go hunt it up in there. Okay. BLFS. And we'll go down to conglomeration. And that patch should be in here. Comcast is throttling me. Search for OpenSSL. Okay. And let's get 101C patch. 101, 101A. Fixed man pages. Okay. Now we hit escape. Since this is a document, sort of like a text file, I'm going to say save formatted document. Yes. Okay. Now I can just quit this. Exit. Okay. Dependencies, optional. All the optionals I'm not going to do. So we won't do that. Okay? Good deal. Next. Install the certificates. You need certificates, which is pages from Mozilla, right? So it's actually, you can go in OpenSSL where it says dependencies, or not dependencies, but where the options are down here inside the OpenSSL how to build thing. I'll just go here and I'll just get this out of here. Required OpenSSL, optional wget. Okay, so let's say okay, so we have this here. There's a problem. We cannot save this as a document. Okay, we cannot save this formatted text. So what do we do? We want to Control A, escape. It's going to put us in copy mode. Let's go all the way up here. Let's grab this whole line here. Enter. Control A, exit. Or Control C, make a new window. And we'll say links. Eek. Page not displayed. Oh, what's happening? What's happening? No, get back. Okay. Let's say we have that pinned at the end, or I do. Raw equals 1. Okay? Alright. So now we have it. Let's get the formatted text. And we'll just say save formatted document. Okay? Okay. Quit. Let's exit this out. We've done that. OpenSSL. So we have, the certificates, we have that. Now here in my text said install it and go configure OpenSSL afterwards. I'm not going to configure it. I'm not going to configure it to use their certificates. But the certificates are important because we don't want WPA supplicant to fail because these things are not present. Okay? So, and also, while I'm here, I might as well get wget. It's a good utility. Okay? So, recommended dependencies are OpenSSL, which we have that. We'll build that before wget. And let's just get this right here. Whoa, man. Look at that. That's what happens when you hit a FTP link. Download. Save to disk. That's the name. And we're back. Okay. Also, let's say we need which. So we'll go and we'll hunt for that. Which. Okay. And no dependencies. Download. Save to disk. Okay. Now I think I saw which and curl. Search for curl. Get that. So you can see I'm following the chain of dependencies. You know, I'm kind of staying around a certain dependency that I need, you know. So that's why I'm doing this. Say curl. It's recommended we install OpenSSL and certificates for this, which we have. And in the order that we'll install this, everything will kind of, let's say, line up. Okay. And after curl, we have PCI utils. So let's say PCI utils. Okay. No patches. Download. Save to disk. Okay. PCI utils. Very useful program to have around. And finally, WPA supplicant. So let's go back out and we'll say search for WPA. Okay. Good. Download. And there we go. Now it says here recommended. If you notice all these recommends, we have that stuff. So it's just a matter of how we're going to stack it all up so everything lines up right. Okay? So, good deal. In the next one, we'll start building some of these packages. So, have a great day.